welcome Magic Lovers to part 4 of my Tatyova series. Parts 1 through 3 are in the description, and I'm going to start out this part with some deck changes that I made that I included at the beginning of this video instead of the end of the last one. So let's just jump into that. Alright, some more adjustments here. I really need to fix out the mana a little bit. I need to be able to mulligan somewhat aggressively to try and get my ramp. And also to be able to keep ramp hands. I've had too many of them that were just all colorless and ramp. But like if there's just one green mana in that starting hand, I can keep that hand. So, you know, we've run out of non-useful utility lands. So now I just need to play on percentages. Like, what's the percentage of the time that it's going to benefit me versus the percentage of the time that it's going to enter the battlefield tapped or be colorless and hurt me. And I think it's time to cut the cycling lands. I just think it's time. And I've been overlooking a couple of dual lands. Botanical Sanctum, I really want that turn 1, turn 2 green mana. And this gives me blue as well. And I think this is fine. I think later in the game it's pretty easy to find time to play it untapped. Which is why I'm not going to play Hinterland Harbor. Hinterland Harbor isn't a green source on turn 1. Botanical Sanctum is, and then a big overlook was Yavimaya Coast. I don't know why I didn't include that in the first place. Paying a couple life for green mana on turn 1 and then tapping it for colorless for the rest of the game, not a big deal, not a big deal at all. So I think that goes in. And I think the really hardest cuts are these two right here, Dark Depths and Thespian Stage. Dark Depths doesn't create mana. And I've only used the combo once. There's actually a lot of ways around it. So you generally, the only way to get it is through Primeval Titan in the first place, other than drawing one part and getting an expedition map. But, you know, there's a lot of ways to work around it. If you've already got Primeval Titan in play, there's a lot of other things you can do. I think Eye of Ugin is generally better. Eye of Ugin is so great against control decks because they just can't fight that kind of giant card advantage. And they usually give you plenty of time. So Eye of Ugin, staying in. 100%, never leaving. Eye of Ugin stays. Dark Depths and Thespian Stage, I think, sadly, I'm going to cut them. And maybe that's just personal preference. I just don't care for the combo as much as other people might. But I'm the one playing the deck, so that's what I'm going with. And then I'm just putting in a couple of snow-covered forests for those ones. And then lastly, we got Rampant Growth. I'm subbing out for Into the North. I think I've been underutilizing Mouth of Ronom here, mostly because I've never drawn it, and it never occurred to me to use Expedition Map to get it. But Into the North is another way to get it, so that you remember that it's there. And you know, I mean, it gets the same things Rampant Growth does. It just also happens to get Mouth of Ronom, so it's just a straight-up improvement, period. So that's going in over Rampant Growth. Couple things I might... Maze of Ith is questionable. It's on the fence. It is a great way to deal with Sword of Feast and Famine, as we saw in the past. It's great to deal with certain really problematic creatures. Not hexproof ones, unfortunately. But other problematic creatures, it's a great way to deal with them. But if I cut it, I could also cut Urborg, because Eye of Ugin alone isn't enough to justify keeping an Urborg in my deck. But Maze of Ith maybe I could just cut Urborg and deal with the Maze of Ith not creating mana. But, yeah, I don't know. For now, I'm going to leave it be. I might make some changes later in the future. Couple things, Utopia Sprawl and Wild Growth. I just don't think we have enough basics. You know, Utopia Straw has to be on a forest. You generally don't want to put it on a non-basic forest because of Wasteland and now Field of Ruin. And the same problem with Wild Growth. It doesn't have to be put on a forest, but it's vulnerable. They are turn 1 ramp, but I still don't think I want to put them in the deck. One thing that I am keeping that's also questionable is Dryad Arbor, But I think a lot of that is because I've had so many enters the battlefield tapped green lands for turn 1 that I haven't considered, by turn 2, Green Sun Zenithing for a Dryad Arbor doesn't make any sense. Or I also have a Sakura Tribe Elder or some other kind of ramp, and it's just better to save the Green Sun Zenith for later in the game. But I think with more green mana that's available on turn 1, fetching out Dryad Arbor might be a little bit better. So I'm gonna keep it in the deck. And then I think it's finally time to cut Tooth and Nail. And what I'd really like is a way to destroy artifacts and enchantments. There is Nature's Claim, which is available. It only costs 1 mana. There is Crozen Grip, which is uncounterable. There is Indrik Stomp Howler and Wickerbill Elder, which are great bodies. And then there is Acidic Slime, which is a great blocker. And then these three creatures are all fetchable with Green Sun Zenith, which is actually pretty important. I think what I'd like is Nature's Claim and Acidic Slime. Other options, by the way, are a Planeswalker that does it, or Bane of Progress, which kills my own Soul Rings and stuff like that. So I don't think I want that. I don't have a way to fetch one of these Planeswalkers. I don't think they're that great independently of not needing although Nature's Claim isn't that great either, whereas Acidic Slime can actually kill a land, and that's actually pretty good. So I think cutting Eternal Witness, it hurts me a little bit, but I think it's the right thing to do. Eternal Witness isn't really necessary in the deck, and when you're making cuts like this, you just got to look at what's not necessary, and those things need to go. And I think Eternal Witness, it's nice to have, but when you're trimming down the last few cards, nice to have just doesn't cut it. You're looking for, I need to have these things. And I still don't know about Nature's Claim. Acidic Slime, I think, is going to be fine. I think it's going to be great. It's a great blocker. It can attack for 2, which isn't that, it's not as great as attacking for 4. But it's a good start, and it's pretty good. The other thing is Cephalic Coliseum hasn't really done anything yet. And I was pretty high on this initially, but the opportunity cost is so low. I'd probably just put an island in its place anyways. It could be a mana confluence, but I could just, if I really want a mana confluence, I could just cut an island for a mana confluence. So I think there's almost no reason to actually cut Cephalic Coliseum. The opportunity cost is so low. Paying 1 life every once in a while just doesn't really matter that much, I don't think. So, I think that's what I'm going to go with. Man, this mana curve is so wonky. But I think it's looking pretty good. Alright, I got another game. I'm against Teferi Temporal Archmage. I have plenty of turn 1 mana, but I have no ramp. And I think this is an opportunity to mulligan somewhat aggressively. This isn't great. But I don't think I can mulligan that aggressively. At least we get a scry. We can put a land to the bottom. We can keep ramp on top. Tech Edge, put on the bottom. Especially against a mono blue deck. I'm on the draw at that. So this is ramp technically. It's not the greatest ramp in the world. But I need to start doing something before Teferi goes nuts. And that can be hard. And not hitting any ramp. I think it's too aggressive to mill down to 5 when I've got a fine hand here. Alright, they can see my hand. Lots of card filtering. They're at 5 cards. Another land. We will start with 1 Verdant Catacombs. I don't really want to be cracking these. I'd like to draw another green source so I don't have to crack both of them for the Courser. Not gonna crack it yet. I am going to have to crack this eventually. Alright. That's pretty good. I didn't need to crack it yet. I guess we can play around days. They could just have a counter spell, but then they're not. You got a counter spell? No counter spell. Then I'm gonna play the Crucible Worlds. Because why wouldn't I? Alright, Mana Drain. Oof. Mana Drain. Oh, that card is busted. You're gonna get your Teferi now? They need another land, but it's hard to imagine they don't have one. They can only untap 4 permanents, so, I mean, there's only 3 to untap. Teferi's so good. Maybe they don't want to cast it. Maybe it's just Jace. No, it looks like Teferi. They could just look at the top card. Then worry about untapping 4 permanents later. Any other counterspell except Mana Drain would have been fine for me. I wouldn't have cared about getting Crucible Worlds countered. Ugh. Alright. Well, I guess it's just an Explorer at this point. It's an Explorer that untaps their mana. But they're losing mana in the process. Alright, Crystal Vein. Alright. Alright, I gotta go for it. I gotta do something to improve the board state. It's potentially a way to attack into Teferi. Probably just gets countered, but Snapcaster, Mana Drain? Oh my god. Oh, Mana Drain is so busted. Like, if it were anything other than Mana Drain, I could probably get around this. But Mana Drain is disgusting. Why did they unban that again? Oh, that's so not fun. Now Teferi is fantastic. Fortunately, they're down to 3 cards. So playing Teferi and ticking it up doesn't leave them counterspell mana. And maybe it does, if they have a cheap one. Yeah, this looks like Teferi because they're tapping all 4 permanents because they can untap them. That's my guess. Alright. Yeah, that's Teferi. 4 permanents is so insane. Alright, there they go, untapping 4 permanents. Grand Dynamo. Alright. Seems highly likely that I get countered. And then I'm like completely out of gas at that point. And this is alright. This is plan 2. Alright. I mean, they can literally just daze this. Delay. Command zone instead of exile. Alright, I'm gonna let it get... I'm not casting it again for a couple more turns anyways. This lets me do other things with my mana. I think I'm beat by this Teferi, though, in the slowest possible way. They do only have 2 cards in their hand. I didn't play a land. Alright, now they're looking... They're doing the impulse. Stasis? Alright. I'm not interested in sitting through a stasis game. I got another game. I am on the play. Playing against Alesha, who smiles at death. I have a scout and a mulch. I think that's fine. It's actually a pretty good hand. I can play the mulch next turn. Hopefully then tap the scout if it's not dead. Alright. Not dead so far. Let's draw another land. Alright, cultivate's pretty good. Oops. Let's mulch. 3 lands. Pretty darn good. Any reason to do it now? Not really. We'll wait. I mean, there's sudden shock or something like that, but I've literally never seen that played in this format. Although they have all the information, so it's not like we're holding information that we have lands or what lands we have or anything like that. I don't know. Oh, Nissa's in my graveyard. Okay. Like, when did they see Nissa? Like, it's not even in my hand. Alright, City of Brass. Black-white. Tide Hollow Sculler. Alright. I mean, they probably take Primeval Titan, but Cultivate is also really good. As is, I mean, Corsair Crucifix is alright. It's fine. It's not great. Alright, they took Primeval Titan. Put the untapped land, or the non-fetch land. Get one of each. Put the island down, play the forest. Put a fetch land. Get a forest, and Farseek away. Yeah, we don't need breeding pool because we can get breeding pool right here. Alright. Now our commander's pretty darn good next turn. White, black, red can only mana tithe it. We're well outside of the range of mana tithe. We might draw another land off these 2 lands. And then hopefully we can find a way to get our Primeval Titan back. Ooh, I got some painful mana there. Phyrexian Revoker. Polluted Delta? Or Sakura Tribe Scout. Sakura Tribe Scout. Okay. It's not bad. But I draw 2 cards off of this. Woodland Bellower is fantastic. Alright. Can't activate the scout, unfortunately. I don't think I really want to attack. Do I want to scrying for something? Or do I want to wait and see if I need it for anything later? Like, I can just get an Eye of Ugin. It's pretty good. We'll go ahead and use our mana. I could have Corsair Crew fixed as well. Let's just get Eye of Ugin. And we've got it in our hand. Opponent's at 3 mana, I'm at 8. Woodland Bellower kills the Tide Hollow Sculler. Gets us back our Primeval Titan. Bone Shredder, okay. Killing our commander, that's unfortunate. But not really that important. Oh, Titane's really good too. I do kind of want... I don't know. Titania makes 2 5/3s. And ramps me up. Basically forces them to answer it. We definitely want a green land since we've picked out our last island out of the library. Come on, Magic. Oh, do I have to yield to this? Alright. I don't want to pass my... There it goes. There we go. And play the crew fix. Time of Need. Alright, that gets us a giant creature as well. Could just get us a Nissa. I don't think they can afford to play this Echo. Three-two first strike, pretty good against 5/3 tokens. I didn't consider that. But not good against attacking into a Corsair Crew fix. So we got 8, 9, 10. So we can play the Eye of Ugin. Time of Need gives us 8 mana to play Ulamog and crush them. Imperial Recruiter. Okay. What do you get here? Alright, they got an Aethersworn Canonist, which kind of matters. Do I even want to? Yeah, I kind of do want to. Even if it's not the best Ulamog in the world, it still gets us back our... Oops. Gotta play this land first. There's just an Ugin on top of our library there. Let's get both of these things back. Quite a bit of damage there. They're at 7 life. They've been taking a lot of damage from their lands. So their attempts to control what I'm doing have not paid off, and they turn it in. Alright, same opponent. I created the game and they decided to play with this commander. Maga, Traitor, Immortals. Target player lose life equal to... Alright, I'm going to mulligan. Hand's okay. Mirror Landscape is the only ramp. Alright, crop rotation is quite a bit better. Maze of Ith, a little bit awkward. I'm on the draw, by the way. Mulch. Mulch. I'll take a mulch. Alright, land Manifold. I don't know if I go straight for the Ancient Tomb, because then I take 2 damage off playing this mulch. It also gets rid of a card in my hand. Everflowing Chalice on 2. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do it just in case I draw something like Reclamation Sage. I think the damage isn't going to be that important. Let's grab Ancient Tomb. Didn't draw Reclamation Sage, but that's fine. 1 land. Again. Alright, so it's 2 mana, do nothing. Maybe I shouldn't have kept it on top because it's not ramp. We're actually looking pretty slow in comparison. They could just pay the 4 if they wanted to. Actually, would probably be pretty good. They're down to 2 cards in their hand now. I don't know if they mulliganed. Erebos. Alright. Let's draw something that does something. That does not do anything. So we'll play it. We'll say go. Pretty slow hand. So we can't gain life. That actually matters a bit. Draw a card. Draw another card. Draw another card. Definitely not going to play a bear Tatyova. Alright, that kills Erebos. Alright, drawing cards. They're getting their hand back up there. I can World Breaker the following turn. It's a little bit slow. Also cost me 2 life, which I don't get back when I play lands. Alright, they're tapped out, so I'm going to crack this land now. Alright, this is pretty good. Seems likely they're just going to kill my commander, but World Breaker's pretty good. They're down to 16 life already. Paying for Erebos and Mana Vault. Mutilate. Alright. Draw a card. Wow. Alright. Dedication. Oracle Modiah, pretty good. I want to get rid of this Erebos before they draw too many cards off of it. Also gives me land, the ability to gain life again. I mean, I could hit the Everflowing Chalice, but I can Nissa and flip it and Oracle Modiah and play 2 lands next turn. And Worldbreaker's a threat that can keep coming back. Unless they have Vraska's Contempt or something like that. It also does 5 damage to somebody who's at 13. Alright. 12. They're going to drain me? It's a big drain. Oh, okay. 9. Oh, it's a 9/9. Holy crap, the thing's huge. Not this turn. Next turn, though. Let's play that off of my library. Flip Nissa, but I'm going to play the... yeah, we'll put the Tech Edge onto the battlefield, and we'll play the Maze of Ith to stop them from attacking with the Maga. I just have to live a turn, and then, like, everything goes much better for me. Protection from instants. I have 4 card types in my graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that does it. Ashes to ashes. Exile 2. Okay. Extra planar lens. Alright, I can't let that stick around. Alright, they don't bother attacking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's tick up Nissa. Killer Mana Locks, keep Maga alive. Don't want to give him a chance to recast it. They got 2 cards in hand. They take 1 damage from the Mana Vault. They can keep the Myriad Landscape if they want to spend their mana doing that. That's fine with me. Alright. They enter the battlefield tapped. Alright. They're to temple, presumably to untap Cabal coffers. Field of Ruin. Do I attack? It's actually really sticky. Like, because they can replay their commander for... I'm attacking. I can replay their commander for 0 with Emrakul, which decreases or increases the cost of it. Nine. All right. That was a close one. All right, I got another game. I am on the draw. I have no mana ramp, and I'm playing against Selvala, which is a non-starter. All right, I'm on the draw. I discard, what, Azusa? And I get Farseek, and then Mulch. And that seems fine. Havenwood Battleground. Do I want some gas to do with my hand? Or this is technically ramp 2. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. Let's do that. I could just get rid of the Ayavugan. I'm going to get rid of an Ayavugan. I don't know if it's right. Oh, it's exiled too? It's probably not right. But Azusa and Mulch seem really good together. It's Farseek. Let's get a breeding pool. Presuming we draw more than one card with Mulch, which has been happening a lot lately. Duplicant's pretty good. So much for playing first, haha. Yeah. A couple of double lands. Let's play the depletion counter ones. There might be a turn late on the duplicant. Unless I draw an untapped land. Although the first turn, Selvala doesn't tap for that much mana. Unless you have one of those really big creatures. Summoner's Pact. Yeah, that's pretty bonkers. But it's a little bit awkward, honestly. Because I could end up sacrificing all this. So this ramps them up to 5. Which they could hit one of my lands with like an acidic slime or something. Vastwood Hydra. Alright. Dice, distribute the number of counters. Okay. It ramps them a little bit. I mean, I'm still ahead. I don't have a land to play if I... Alright, Tatyova. Do I want... Is it greedy to play Tatyova, get her to play, and then... A little bit? I'm doing it. Can I not make blue mana? I made white with the gemstone caverns. Oh, I overtapped? Oh, I didn't draw a land. Did not draw a land. Let's get good old Ulamog. Maybe I should have done the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kills a lot of my lands if I play Ulamog. Unless I draw a land or two, because I can... Well, I'm not going to block your Hydra. I could just play the duplicate. Alright, so they're tapping it for 3 mana. This is very tame right now. Primordial Sage. Alright. They're drawing some cards. And an elf. I think it's good enough right now to duplicate the Selvala. It's awkward. Why can't I draw some lands? Or I could just Primeval Titan. Gets me 2 lands, draws me some cards. It's... No, I cannot let them sit around with this commander in play forever. I just can't. I need lands, though. I really need lands. This sends them back to 5. Six. Alright. Let's see where we stand from there. Like, 1 land sets this whole hand off, most likely. Well, I guess we have to... It's 50% to draw another land, and then another... Alright. Not attacking. Alright, they're replaying Selvala. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sacrifice 3 lands to kill 2 permanents. If I chain lands... Alright, Sanctum. Tech Edge. Snow-covered forest. That's pretty good. Alright, so... I could just Emrakul for the same amount of mana. Alright. Doesn't save me anything. I overpaid by 1. Alright, they back it in. I also had the Maltaronum to kill Selvala again. Alright, that was a match. And Urborg rears its ugly head. We got a mulligan this no-lander. Should otherwise be fine. Time and need no ramp. Except for Gemstone Caverns. I think I gotta keep it. It's just too aggressive. Not too... I can time a need for Nissa, I guess. Oof, they've got ramp. I just put myself on the play is all. Yeah, I think I'm pretty far behind already. I guess I could have gotten a Azusa. Azusa doesn't do that much. Yeah. Alright. Selvala gets out of control really, really fast. And I have drawn no ramp. Yeah. Alright. Didn't notice I haven't drawn a blue land yet. Not entirely important. Oh, I have Gemstone Caverns. Never mind. This is 6 mana already. Spike Weaver. Alright. A 3/3 for 4. They're playing some sort of counters deck. It's weird. They didn't have anything better to do with 6 mana. I don't have anything to do either. I guess I can fairly safely play my commander on 5. Alright, now it looks like they got something to do with their mana. Bestiary, okay. I mean, it's a great card. There's no doubt about that. It lets them draw into... Because it seems like they've drawn blanks so far. Maybe Azusa would have been better? I don't know. Alright, that's a lot of mana. I think I'm well and truly cooked. Unless they're just going for big dumb hydras. I guess it's still pretty good. That still can kill me pretty fast. Alright. Well, we'll play our commander. Say go. Ugh, very slow. Very, very slow. Tied with the Spike Weaver so I don't get to draw a card. Not going to attack with Nissa. Well, I guess maybe them double blocking is fine for me. I don't really need the Nissa, and it's unlikely the Nissa's going to stay alive once it flips. Alright, they have a Terastodon. If they hit my lands, I'm done. Yeah, alright. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, game 3. I'm on the play this time. Nope, not keeping that. This is good. This is fine. Crucible. Nah. Cyclonic Rift might be really good against them. And it looks like we're up for a turn 3. Tatyova with no card draw that turn. With the following turn, at least. With mana untapped to try to deal with Selvala after they play them. They didn't hit ramp. So I guess we'll go here. I can't think of a strong reason not to get in. Not really any green spells that care if you attack to kill a creature. It's like Hornet String. Oh. Elvish Spirit Guide. Well, that's no fun. Cyclonic Rift can be so much bigger later, but this slows them down quite a bit. 2 turns, 1 turn, and gets a card out of their hand. I just can't do it. It's just too much value. I gotta draw a card off that too. Alright, Soul Ring. Cast me Cyclonic Rift for full overload next turn. Although it's not really that great. I guess it's not that much better. Unless they play a bunch of mana dorks. Bramble's Sovereign. I could potentially wait. Let's draw. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Do I let them play out their turn? They can they could play a Primeval Titan. I'm just gonna. It's not the greatest in the world, but it slows them down quite a bit. The only blue card that's left in the deck. Oracle Modaya. Alright, Rishkar's Expertise on top. They get another land. Let's play Burgeoning. Expedition Map. Sakura Tribe Elder. Crack Map? Get Ayabugan. But not play it for the turn, because we don't want to expose it to Wasteland, etc. Maze of Ith. Okay. Alright, we're playing the ramp game. Silklash Spider, huh? I love this creature. I've always loved this card. It's definitely not as good as it used to be, but it's still pretty good. Like, it actually does things sometimes. It just not horribly often. But when it does, it's pretty awesome. I remember one time in a 4-player Commander game, I was playing against the, I can't think of the name of it. I'll put it up in the on the thing, the 4-cost blue creature that makes 2/2 flyers every turn. And I just played that down with enough mana to tap it, and then with 4 mana open, they had a bunch of tokens in play, and they just quit right there on the spot. Quarter calling for 0? That doesn't count as playing a land. Alright, Walking Ballista. That's an interesting card. But they're missing a land drop. Let's get Forest. We're actually low on green land right now. Green some Zenith. Oh, that's so good. Do I just green some Zenith for something big and stupid? I guess now is when it'd be nice to Avenger of Zendikar? Is that good enough? It's pretty darn good. I don't know if they can beat it. One and 7. Let's try it. I don't know, maybe I should just be getting Ulamog. Alright, there's nothing to get with Titania. We do draw a card off of this. Always yield. I don't actually draw cards off those. And then let's play a land. Always yield. Always yes, always yield to this. Alright, Nature's Claim. Pretty good. Don't mind having drawn it. And if they play a land... yeah, I'm attacking. If they want to block with Selvala, I've drawn my cards. I didn't think so. There's a burgeoning trigger on the stack, so unless you got an instant, you gotta let me play a land first. Alright, they're letting it resolve. Play a Coliseum. There's the Bramble Solver. Alright, got some mana there. Rishkar's Expertise. Alright. Oh, yeah, you gotta cast something. Okay. Yeah, I forget that you gotta cast a spell off that. Alright, they gain 5 life. They don't have the mana to... I would like a way to kill Selvala at this point. Let's Ancient Stirrings. There may be something good in my library. Duplicate. Duplicate does it. Only cast colorless spells. Alright, we can... Oops, we can leave... I guess we'll leave the green open. Oops. I did that wrong. Did that exactly wrong. Let's kill Selvala. I don't really care about anything else. Yes, please. Let's play Maze of Ith. Pump up our dorks. Yeah, I should have played. Like, should have left the green open, huh? Let's play the Tribe Scout. And get in with a heap of 3/4s. And I can untap whichever one they block with the Bramble Sovereign. Because I'm not really worried about their attack back. Alright, those are their predictable blocks. Untap that one. Not the most stellar use of, so this lets you create a token. Wow, okay. Let's play the Eye of Ugin finally. Gonna get much harder for them to block these creatures now. Realms Uncharted. Guarantees a land next turn. I could just get 4 fetch lands. Azuri's Predation. Alright. It's pretty good, actually. But they're at 10 life and they have to block all of these plant tokens. Crucible. Let's play Courser. Look at the top card. Myriad Landscape. I don't think they can afford to double block this in any capacity. So, did I leave no? Oh, did I need to? Yeah, I needed 2 green, didn't I? I don't think that works. I guess you can double block one thing. In which case, you definitely double block. Alright, they could have stayed alive, but it would have cost them everything. Especially, I can Maze of Ith if they double block the Avenger. So those were some interesting games. Those were really cool. Alright, so I think this deck is actually in a really good place. I think I've got the mana smoothed out quite a bit. I think that was definitely the biggest problem with the deck. And I think the rest of the 99 is looking in a pretty good place. There's only 1 blue card left, which is kind of funny. I think this is a fine blue card. I actually have liked this when I've drawn it. So I think it kind of belongs in the deck. And the rest of the deck is looking pretty solid. I think there's a lot going on here. I did play another game against Teferi, where they got 1 land, and presumably they had mana rocks in their hand, and they were trying to draw the extra land, and I got a turn 3 Tatyova and then a turn 4 Worldbreaker, and they just packed it in. So again, I don't usually keep Mana Screw games, but you know, it's hard to get games against these competitive decks sometimes. I got a few, but I think the Brea and the Selvala list were a little non-standard. So you know, it's hard. Like, so it's hard to know because I want to take this to a league, and so I'm gonna do that. But it's hard to know before you take it to a league how your deck's gonna do. I don't think it's gonna do particularly well. I don't think this is a tier 1 deck by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's good, but you know, we're a little bit dependent on our commander. We can still draw cards off our commander, and there's some other avenues. But I mean, the decks in tier 1 are lean, mean, and you know, very, very efficient. And I think Teferi is going to be pretty hard to beat. I think Leovold's going to be pretty hard to beat. And so I guess we'll find out. So I will have a league tomorrow. I'm going to post another video at the league, and then I'll be done with Tatyova for now. I may revisit her at some point in the future, but hopefully you enjoyed the evolution of this deck, from just, you know, a casual, here's me throwing a bunch of cards together, to actually taking it to a league and see how it does. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.